when you're thinking about starting a company, right? What kind of qualities do you need to have as an individual, right? What characteristics make a great founder? I get asked this a lot when I'm teaching Angel University or I'm talking to investors, or people just ask me, the press, whatever. Hey, how are you so good at picking companies? Well, let's be honest. I picked 350 companies. There's got to be a couple of unicorns in there if you're going to pick that many. But there are some characteristics that are super important. Now, one of the things you'll hear over and over again, and the question you have to ask yourself is, and this one relates really to motivation. Are you solving a problem that has personal relevance to you? Are you super passionate about this idea? And do you really care about seeing this product or service manifest itself in the real world? And are you willing to give up a decade of your life? Because that's what it takes. And if the problem is not important to you, right? Let's say you decide you want to create Slack and you think chat and talking to people and communications at companies is just something that has been burning you for a long time because you've worked at companies where you've been sitting in meetings and wasting time. Great. You're going to wake up every day and you're going to say, I really want to see this problem solved. Now, conversely, if you like video games, you don't like working in an office, and your thing is Dungeons and Dragons and Diablo and other kind of, real-time strategy games, whatever it is, well, if we put you in charge of Slack and building, the greatest version of Slack or Yammer in the world, you're going to wake up one day and you're not going to want to do it. So if you pick the right idea, then you don't have to worry about motivation because you're just absolutely thrilled to wake up every day and do your job. How do I know this? Well, I'm 50 years old now. I'm an entrepreneur for a long time and I wake up every day. I can't wait. Can't wait to tape the podcast, and I can't wait to invest in companies, and I can't wait to do events. I love these three things. I like communicating. I like talking to smart people. I like placing bets. It fits who I am. So it took me decades to figure out exactly what I wanted to do every day, but this is it. And I'm super happy and I don't have to worry about my motivation. Okay. So, some people will refer to this as your North Star, your mission, your purpose in life. There's a lot of different words for the same thing, but let's just put it in one basic, simple lens. Are you going to be motivated every day for a decade to work on this problem? For Robinhood, it's democratizing finance. For Calm, it's really helping everyone out there have more equanimity in their life. 8 Sleep, they want to improve sleep, obviously. So is the problem worth solving to you? And is it really, really, really something you could see yourself working on for many years? If the startup goes well, it's going to take 10, 20 years to really hit the good moments, right? When you really do change the world. I'm in year 11 as an investor. And I woke up today, actually, just coincidentally, and I realized, you know what? We're at 9,000 members in the syndicate, thesyndicate.com, my angel syndicate. And I had set this stretch goal of hitting 10,000 when I wrote the book 3 years ago, Angel. And I just realized I'm about to hit it. And I was like, wow, I got to have some sort of celebration. And then somebody said, hey, do you know what? This next deal we do, we're going to break $100 million invested from the syndicate. And I was like, wow, my goals are starting to manifest themselves in year 10 or 11. That's what it takes. Actually, the syndicate is more like year 7 or 8. I've been angel investing for 11. So make sure you pick something that is really passionate to you. Because if you're in it to just get rich or be famous or to have the title of CEO founder, I can tell you that those things are not enough to get you to get out of bed in the morning when you open your phone and one email says resignation in the subject line, and it's from one of your top contributors, and your just stomach sinks. Oh God, I just lost my CTO. I just lost my, head of HR and human capital. Oh my God. It's just, that's like getting punched in the gut. Or the lawsuit shows up and you get a legal letter. Oh my God, we're suing you. Oh, to get through those moments. Or you look at the bank balance and it's like, oh my God, the funding is running out. And I emailed our existing investors, asked them for a bridge, and they said no. Think about those 3 moments. Somebody who's a key contributor quits, your investors give up on you, and you get sued. Think about those 3 different moments. Would you be able to wake up and go to work and stay focused and build the company if that happened? Now have all 3 happen in the same goddamn week, because that's what entrepreneurship is. Those 3 things, It always comes in 3. Will happen to you in the same week. And you know what? The idea of getting rich or being famous or having the title means nothing when you get punched in the stomach, you fall to your knees, somebody kicks you in the teeth, and then they stomp on your head. That's what being an entrepreneur is like. That's the reality of it. So make sure you pick an idea that you are motivated to see through for a decade in the face of insurmountable odds. Okay, let's go on to the second question you have to ask yourself. All right. So first, it's just an idea that you can work on for a decade. Second, can you build a great product or not? Can you build a great product or not? Because all startups are about building a great world-changing product. You cannot have a successful startup based on your vision, your ideas. That's not how this works. What happens is everybody has the same goddamn ideas. Everybody has the same vision. You get 0 points for your vision and your ideas. What do you get points for? Your ability to build a product or service that delights customers. So let's take a deep look in the mirror. Are you a developer? Do you know how to write code? Because that seems to be the big skill involved in building these companies, is being a developer. Okay, you're not a developer. Are you a product manager? Do you know how to manage a product? And have you done that before to coordinate between design, developers, etc., UX? Oh, you're not? So you're not a developer and you're not a product manager. Okay, wait, there might be other things that involve you building. Okay, are you a UI, UX designer? So do you know what the users want? And do you know how to build the wireframes and then go to the developers and say, here are the stories, here's the product journey? Do you even know what UX and UI is? If you don't, now we've established you're not the product manager, you're not UX, UI, you're not the developer. Are you a designer? That's kind of the fourth one. Can you make a beautiful product? Are you Johnny Ive? And if you're not, pause for a second and then just say, well, what if I was? What if you were one or two of those things? What if you were a product manager, developer, UX, UI designer, or just a straight up designer, right? And then there's industrial design. There's different types of designers, graphic design, etc. You can learn these for free on the internet. So have one of these skills. And being a product manager, a UX, UI designer is probably the quickest and easiest to learn. Being a designer or developer, that could take years to be good at. But being a product manager, UX, UI designer, you can learn in, I would say, 3 to 6 months and have be relatively good at it. And then after 6 to 12 months, be very good at it. Whereas a developer, to be very good, let's be honest, that might be a 2, 3, 4 year journey. And to be a designer, to be a very good designer, could be a 5, 6, 7 year journey. I think I might argue that elite design it takes a little bit longer. And let's be honest, a lot of times when you're doing elite design, you can hire somebody. Listen, right now, LinkedIn is going to give you $100 credit towards your first ad campaign. That's $100 for you to get new customers to run some ads. Just go to linkedin.com/checklist, linkedin.com/checklist, and get $100 credit right now. Now, let's look at your startup. Let's pretend you're about to launch a campaign. It tested well. Your entire team is happy. The creative's great. It's going according to plan, but you have this thought in the back of your head, and you should have this thought for a reason. How do I ensure the people I want to target will be in the mindset to receive my message? Well, the answer is LinkedIn. Why? Because when you market on LinkedIn, your message reaches people who are ready to do business. LinkedIn equals business, business equals LinkedIn, LinkedIn business, business, LinkedIn. We all know that's the case. If you're there, you're doing business, right? And that means your advertising campaign will work as hard as it can as soon as you launch it. Because there are over 62 million business decision makers on LinkedIn right now, waiting for you. That's why over 78% of B2B marketers rate LinkedIn as the most effective social media platform at helping their organization achieve specific goals. So do business where business is done and get $100 ad credit at this very new domain name, linkedin.com/checklist, linkedin.com/checklist. One word, terms and conditions apply because they're giving you $100.